Why AI forgets, and why that matters more than you think. The phrase is long-term memory. The reality is, most AI tools start every conversation with you from scratch. They do not remember what you said yesterday. They do not remember your name unless you tell them again. They do not remember the project you were working on, the style you prefer, or the way you like to be talked to. That is not a bug. That is the design. And once you understand why, you stop being frustrated and you start being effective. Welcome to AI for real folks. Real tools, real talk, real results. The basics first. When you talk to an AI, the AI is not awake. It is not waiting for you. It is summoned. Each prompt creates a fresh model instance, reads the words you sent, and produces a response. Then it goes away. Picture a hotel. You walk into the lobby. You have a great conversation with a stranger. You leave. The next day, you come back. The stranger is gone. There's a new stranger who has never met you and never will until you reintroduce yourself. That is most chatbot conversations. The context window. The thing AI does remember, for the length of a single conversation, is called the context window. It is the visible scroll of messages between you. The AI can see all of it at once, every prompt, every reply, until the conversation gets long enough that the older messages fall off the top. When the window fills, the AI starts to forget what was at the beginning. It is not erasing, it is just losing access. New information pushes old information out of view. So you might have explained your project for 10 minutes in message 1. 20 messages later, the AI no longer sees message 1. It only sees the recent ones, and it acts confused. That is not the AI being stupid. That is the AI being a goldfish with a very precise glass bowl. The real long-term memory. A few tools now offer real persistent memory. ChatGPT calls it memory. Claude calls it projects and styles. Some platforms call it system prompts or custom instructions. The name does not matter. The behavior is this. You tell the tool something once, and the tool keeps that information for every future conversation. That changes everything. What memory enables? Memory lets you tell ChatGPT, I am a teacher. I work with kids ages 8 to 10. I prefer concise explanations. Do not write in long bullet lists. Always show me one example. From that point on, every conversation starts with those preferences. You do not retype them. Memory lets a coding agent remember. This project uses Python 3.12. The style is functional. Tests live in this folder. The deployment target is this server. The agent acts faster and more accurately because the boring context is already loaded. Memory lets a research assistant remember. I am writing a book on cosmology for a general audience. I want plain language. I do not want footnotes in the body, only at the end. Every research session begins where the last one left off. What memory breaks? Memory is a feature with sharp edges. Memory gets stale. The AI remembers something you said 3 months ago that is no longer true. You used to be writing about cosmology. Now you're writing about cooking. The memory still says cosmology. You have to clean it. Memory leaks. If you ever share an account, anything in memory is visible to whoever else uses it. Family accounts, shared workstations, work laptops. Memory is not encrypted to your eyes only. Memory amplifies. If you teach it a bias, it learns the bias. If you tell it once you do not like to admit when you are wrong, it will stop pushing back. That is a problem with you, not with the AI, but the AI is happy to enable it. Memory ages. The information the model itself was trained on has a cutoff date. Memory of your preferences does not extend the cutoff. The AI still thinks it is whatever year the training data ended, unless something tells it otherwise. Real folks rules for working with AI memory. 1. Treat the conversation as the relationship. Within a single conversation, you can build up a lot of useful context. Across conversations, assume forgetfulness unless you actively turned memory on. 2. Read the memory. Every tool with memory has a settings screen where you can see what it has stored. Open it. Read it. Decide if any of it is wrong, stale, or shouldn't be there. Edit. Delete. 3. Be deliberate. Do not let memory build up by accident. Decide what you want the AI to remember about you and tell it. Decide what you do not want it to remember and avoid mentioning it. 4. Reset on big shifts. New project, new job, new role, new season of life. Wipe the slate and start a fresh memory profile. Letting an old version of you keep talking is not loyalty, it is friction. 5. Watch for sycophancy. If an AI remembers that you like to be right, it will start agreeing with you more. That is a memory side effect, not the AI being thoughtful. Push back. Tell it to disagree with you when you are wrong. Why this matters. The AI tools that are coming next are going to remember a lot more. Whole years of conversations, whole bodies of work, whole pieces of your life. The people who use those tools well will not be the people who turn memory off. The people who use those tools well will be the people who curate memory like they curate their own thinking. With intention, with pruning, with awareness of what stays and what does not. Memory is the most powerful feature in AI you're not yet using on purpose. Now you know what to do with it. AI for real folks. Real tools, real talk, real results.